Hey, thanks for tuning in. It's Leonard here bringing you the professional pinpoints for the average Joe to the CEO, and you're watching Branding Blunders. Today on Branding Blunders, we have a small mom and pop shop, sells cookies, cakes, all kinds of nice sweet treats. They have a fantastic product and probably even better margins based on the prices that I've seen. So this is family owned and operated. Like I said, cookies, sweet treats, and let's call the owner Katie. So we're going to call this Katie's Cookies. So today for Katie's Cookies, we've identified three major points that we want to hit on. Number one was operational hours, exposure in the community, and customer incentive. Those are the three things that we're going to hit on today. Number one, the operational hours are literally Thursday through Saturday from 10 to 2. This allows Katie's Cookies only 12, yes, I said it, 12 operational hours for people to walk in. She does allow for appointments, but she's almost forcing all of her clientele to make appointments. Does anybody else see the problem here? How can people find out about her if they can't walk into the facility? So the average worker is busy from round about 9 to 5. How often will you be able to expose a new client if you had only 12 hours a week? So plain and simple, Katie's operational hours have to be adjusted. An easy way to do this for her, I suggest, is number one, either hire a worker that you can trust 40 hours a week, literally to stand at the desk, maybe ice things, maybe prep these sweet treats for the next day, do a little bit of marketing just to fill the time if you don't have enough walk-in appointments. So one person, 40 hours a week, and you probably don't even need that long because you can, shift the hours here and there. Another option would be to intern. Everybody in college is looking for a job, an internship. Throw marketing on there, have them do some social media, and have them stand at the desk the rest of the time. Been there, done that. Another reason I say hire somebody else on, it's so that you can get out in the community. Exposure. I'll talk about that in a second. If you're wondering what kind of intern would want a position like this, think about two different people. Number one, somebody who's looking to get into culinary school. All right, they want this experience in the bakery. Number two, maybe somebody who's looking to own their own business one day. It's a startup, it's small, they get to see the ins and outs, all the struggles of what it takes to become a small mom and pop to maybe a mogul one day. So that's number one. We're really focusing on growth through operational hours, giving your clients, your customers an opportunity to even see where you are, what you have to offer. Number two, exposure in the community. No one sees Katie, which means that no one knows who Katie even is. Getting involved in the surrounding community, even the smallest sense, will make the biggest difference in your company. Word of mouth is the easiest way to sell, especially if you're in the food industry. Question: when was the last time you went to a restaurant that was really good and you didn't tell somebody about it? Even if the restaurant was bad, I promise that you told somebody about it. I'll wait. My point is that people love to share good experiences, especially around food. They don't have to worry about, man, I hope that my friend doesn't go there because then I won't get enough. They want to join. They want to build a community around this place. So with food, make sure that you're in the community so that people know what you do, how to refer, all that stuff. Get as much involvement as you can. The next thing I would do for exposure in the community is I would brand Katie's Cookies as the one-stop shop for everything sweets. Talking about celebrations, birthdays, graduations, holidays, anniversaries, I don't care what it is, even events in the community. That would be a good time to showcase what you do, provide some samples, whatever it is. I don't care if it's, we have this thing called Devour Indie. Pretty much all the big restaurants in the community get discounts during this week so people can try and sample. Maybe it's a good idea to get involved in something like that. The reason I say to be the one-stop shop for all these events is because no matter what season it is, no matter what time of the year, you have people coming to you for something. There's always an anniversary. There's always someone's birthday. There's always a wedding. There's always events coming around during the year. So be the one-stop shop. I don't care if it's a small cookie or a large cake. Some examples of ways to get great exposure in the community are to provide something, whether it's sponsorship or branding or actually providing a signature cake for an event. I don't care if it's like small cookies or branding or a large cake. Sponsorship, providing something that's signature to that event, that yearly celebration, dropping something off at the local businesses for them to sample, or branding, or all that stuff gets people's mouths going, literally. This flows right into my next point, free samples. We already addressed that she doesn't have the best location. It's not a terrible one, but it's definitely one that's not going to get a lot of foot traffic. So what do? I provide free samples as much as I possibly can to all the people around. And that's because if they get a taste of one of your cookies, one of your cakes, whatever it is, they probably want to come back for at least one more, but they might tell 3 people about it. Or branding, and that's the important part. Free samples, okay? Everybody loves free. So that's a few ways to get exposure in the community. So number 1, we want to do these operational hours, make sure that people have access to you. And then number 2, you provide access to them. You go out into the community. Number 3, and the very last one for the day, is the customer incentive. Every company needs to adapt this customer incentive past the one that you're providing with the product, okay? And what I mean by this is, yes, your product is amazing and your customers love it, but what if all of your customers were selfish and they wanted to keep the golden nuggets to themselves? What can you do now to convince them to bring their friends by? This is the customer incentive. For Katie, it could be as simple as, looking at punch cards. Make 6 purchases, get 1 free. When you go to Starbucks or Speedway or Walmart and you have like the punch card, but hey, I want you to come with me so that I can use my punch card for you too. We all got that friend. Another one that I actually would suggest everyone to do right now is create some kind of contest based on reviews. So again, the biggest thing for her is she doesn't have exposure. People don't know where she is or who she is. So create one based on reviews. The appointments that she does have, those people are obviously willing to go the extra mile to get her product. So maybe if you say, hey, I'll enter everybody into this raffle, you leave me a review, that will then tell their friends or people in the community. Last but not least, I'm gonna go ahead and give you guys a bonus one. Last but not least, and the most important part of this video, is for you to capitalize on your story. If your grandmother used to bake cakes and that's how you escape homelessness, if you had a physical illness and you can't work a normal job, but this is your therapy and this has provided you a way out of the normal job, the normal 9 to 5, or maybe just the first generation entrepreneur, and you're trying to do this for your family, for all your kids in your hometown, for them to learn about your story so they can have a dream. I will tell you that in particular, Katie does have a story to tell and has gotten some press because of it. But I promise you, you will not know that unless you talk to Katie. So make sure whether you get press or no press, bad press or good press, you tell your story. That's what your clients want to hear. What is it about you that I want to buy into, not your cookies? On a side note, if you ever get some public press, please find a way to take advantage of it and run with it. Use the momentum. So to finish off and to let you go and do your own branding, I just want to leave you with branding is tough if you don't do it. There are very little mistakes you can make when branding unless you brand yourself into a corner. Most business owners start because they see a need and they have a story. If you brand to that and you stick to it, you'll never be in a corner. This is Leonard with Branding Blunders. Hey, thanks for watching. If you got something from today's video, please leave me a comment or a suggestion below. If you got branding ideas or maybe want me to take a look at your brand, subscribe and shoot me a personal message. Peace.